waste company help to make something for planes?
So engineers actually stand around and throw chickens at a jet engine?
Did you know that black boxes in aeroplanes aren't black at all? Before we continue, make sure to subscribe and like the video. Enjoy! Hey listeners, welcome back to 8-Bit Talk, the podcast where we unlock the world of STEAM. That's science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. I'm Luth.
And I'm Zach. If you got a curious brain, a love for robots, or a knack for asking but why all the time, you're in the right place.
And I'm Yafi. Today, we're going to talk about a book that's all about solving problems that seem impossible, like super tricky. They're called Wicked Problems. The book is Wicked Problems: How to Engineer a Better World with Guru Madhavan. It's packed with awesome ideas about how engineers and scientists solve problems big and small.
Totally. And some of those solutions are seriously surprising. Example, did you know that black boxes in aeroplanes aren't black at all? They're actually bright orange.
Whoa, mind-blowing. Why orange? Is it a fashion choice?
Nope. It's because orange is super easy to spot in case a plane's black box, which records important flight data, gets lost in an accident. Oh, and here's a cool fact. Black boxes were created with the help from Lockheed Air Services, a food company called General Mills, and get this, a waste disposal company called Waste King.
That's crazy. A waste company helped to make something for planes?
Yep, it just shows how teamwork from different industries can solve wicked problems. Engineers often take ideas from unexpected places to make things work. It's like building a Lego set using random pieces, but cooler.
And speaking of random pieces, let's talk about jet engines and birds. Did you know that jet engines are tested for bird strikes by actually throwing real chickens at them?
What? Chickens? Why not fake birds?
That's a good question, but they're testing how resilient the engines are, and real birds mimic real-life scenarios better than fake ones. The engineers have to make sure the engines don't fail if a bird accidentally flies into one during a flight.
Okay, but why chickens? And are these chickens alive? That sounds scary.
Don't worry, they're not alive. They're freshly killed chickens. And not frozen, because frozen chickens would hit like rocks and could ruin the tests. It's about being realistic.
That's wild. So engineers actually stand around and throw chickens at a jet engine?
Well, not exactly by hand though. They use special air cannons to launch the chickens at super high speeds. It's like a chicken slingshot for science.
You know, testing jet engines against bird strikes is one example of solving what the book calls a wicked problem. A wicked problem isn't just tricky, it's messy and it doesn't have one right answer.
Kind of like cleaning my room. I move one pile and suddenly there's another. It's like the mess multiplies.
Exactly. But wicked problems are bigger than messy rooms. Like how do we stop plastic pollution? How do we make cities safer for everyone? Or how do we stop water pollution? Engineers solve these problems by thinking outside the box.
Like Ed Link. He was the engineer who invented the Link Trainer, a machine that helped pilots practice flying safely on the ground. It was like a flight simulator before video games.
That's so cool. So instead of crashing real planes, pilots could crash pretend ones.
Yup, it saved lives and planes. And here's the fun part. Ed Link built his first trainer using parts from organs and pianos.
What, like musical organs? Was he a musician?
Kind of. His family owned an organ factory. So he used what he knew to build something totally new. And that's what engineers do. They turn everyday stuff into solutions for wicked problems. Okay, let's pause for some quick brain teasers and fun facts. Ready?
Bring it on.
Here's a riddle. I'm not alive, but I can grow. I don't have lungs, but I need air. What am I?
Is it a robot with a fan?
No, wait, I think it's fire.
Fire it is, Yafi. Good one.
Okay, my turn for a fun fact. Did you know that the word engineer comes from the Latin word ingenium, which means cleverness?
That makes sense. Engineers are super clever.
They sure are. And here's one for you. Did you know that the first computer programmer was a woman named Ada Lovelace? She worked on an early machine called the analytic engine way back in the 1800s.
Wow.
Alright, So we've learned about black boxes, bird strike tests, and wicked problems. But what can you do to think like an engineer?
Start by asking questions. Engineers are curious about everything. Why does something work the way it does? How can it be better? All these thoughts come to an engineer's mind.
And don't be afraid to get creative. Build a robot, draw a crazy invention, or do a science experiment. Remember, even mistakes are part of learning.
Totally. And teamwork is key, just like the folks who made black boxes. The engineers, food scientists, and even the waste disposal experts. You never know what cool ideas can come from working together.
That's all for today's episode of 8-Bit Talk. We hope you had a fun learning experience about wicked problems and the wacky ways engineers solve them.
Don't forget to follow us wherever you get your podcasts and send your coolest STEAM ideas or questions. We might even feature them in a future episode.
And remember, the world is full of puzzles waiting for clever minds like yours to solve. Stay creative, and we'll catch you next time on 8-Bit Talk. Stay curious.